My brother Fern NV.
Yo, what up, Uno?
Man, welcome to the telescope room, bro.
So this is the telescope.
This is the telescope room right here. Just the new and improved telescope room.
Nice. It's good to be here. Thank you for bringing me out here.
Oh, of course, man. You know, I'm glad to have you here. I'm glad to see your project finally out, and you know, let's talk about it. So, how do you feel?
I feel accomplished. I feel like I did something.
That's right. That's right. Books. So tell me, a lot of people. Let's go from the beginning because you know there's some people that are unfamiliar with you. You know, one of the things that I respect about you is you know, your conscious journey. How does that influence your music?
I think it influenced the music entirely, honestly, because it's just the motive and why you do something is everything. You know, if you're doing something for a malintent or for a bad cause, you're gonna get a bad outcome. You know, and being conscious spiritually and mentally and physically just really helps you in the right direction, regardless of what you want to do in life. And I feel like since I want to do music and I'm doing music, it's really just gonna boost that, put that in the right direction, and give me a good outcome.
So when did your spiritual journey, when did it start?
I would say initially maybe around the age of 19.
19. How old are you now?
24, so about 5 years ago.
5 years ago. Were you making music already?
At that time, yes, but not publicly.
So what drove you into like a spiritual, you know, path?
I want to say just being tired of the normal just cycle of life, you know, seeing the same thing over and over again. People are, you know, they live for the weekend. They, you know, they only find purpose in, you know, pleasure. And it's like, we got to do something about this. I don't like the system. I didn't feel good about myself, you know,
right.
At the end of the weekend. Like, I'm just like, you know,
there's more
party. Yeah, there's more to life than just pleasure, you know?
Right.
And I actually ended up finding a passion for pain. I like challenging myself, you know, mentally, physically, all that.
A passion for pain.
Yeah. Put down a t-shirt.
So how would you so teach me, show me, how is your passion for pain something that you've been able to navigate into your everyday life without causing the pain to be more dominant than your passion?
I think it's everything in moderation. You know, I think everything should be taken with moderation. You know, so it's good to have that pain, but you also want to balance rewarding yourself for the pain that you've, you know, undergone to get what you need or where you want to be in life.
Do you have like a invisible power that can just cut off that pain whenever you feel like it? Because sometimes pain is just, you know, endless. Like the feeling, like if you have an open wound,
yeah,
and you don't want to feel that wound, you have to feel that wound. Like there's an old saying that says that in order for you to truly experience the magnitude of your true freedom, you have to experience the magnitude of your pain. So how do you function in a place that brings you pleasure, a place that brings you joy, while you're still navigating your pain, especially while making music? And the reason that I ask you this is because I think some of us learn how to decorate our pain. We learn how to decorate our pain. We learn how to dress it up, and then we kind of suppress the pain.
Yeah.
So that goes back to the infamous, how you doing? I'm doing great.
Yeah.
When you're not doing great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for me, I had a really bad tendency to decorate my pain.
Okay.
I was able to smile when I knew that I was hurting inside. So it goes synonymously with the oxymoron state of, you know, I gotta be positive. I'm gonna be more positive. But we can't use our positivity or our journey as a chore.
Yeah.
It has to come organically, because if it doesn't come organically, then we don't grow.
Exactly.
We stay in that decorated, stagnated space, right?
Yeah.
So this is the first time ever that I hear someone having passion for their pain.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, you know, you really challenge yourself. And like you mentioned, you know, you're going to have that open wound, and you have to just kind of, how far you're going to go. And you have to also be real with yourself. I mean, you're not going to enjoy everything in life. Everything's not going to be enjoyable. And the reason for that is because we tend to dislike the things that are not fun.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, because the things that are meaningful when you're in that space are meaningless.
Yeah.
And the things that are meaningless when you're in that space are meaningful.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to go to the bar and I'm going to get faded. Like that's meaningless.
Yeah.
But it's meaningful to that person at that time.
At that point in time. Exactly.
It's like, oh, I'm going to suffer in loneliness. Nah, you could suffer in solitude.
Yeah.
Because then there's a good balance. Because you have something equally as dominant, trying to beat the other side of it so we can grow from it. And that's what I noticed about you. I noticed you like beyond your years, and it shows in your music. I played some of your album when I got the master.
Oh, nice.
And your intro's savage.
Thank you.
Yeah, that intro is savage. So what was your upbringing like? Like, how did you use your childhood into your present?
Oh, that's actually really good. I feel like that has everything to do with my music direction. I mean, nothing crazy. I mean, I didn't grow up really poor, really rich. I kind of just grew up as a common individual.
Both parents?
Both parents, yes, for up until I was like mid-teenager. Yeah, that's when my parents split. But I was exposed to a little bit of everything. I was exposed to, you know, a loving mother, a loving dad as well, biological father. And things just didn't work out between them. They split, whatever. But and during that time of us being a family, I was exposed to a lot of things. I was exposed to, like, you know, the not so positive things, like the gang stuff, you know, the violence stuff, you know, the things you don't really want to be a part of or that you don't want a part of your life. I was exposed to that. I was also exposed to, like, really cool things. I was in modeling when I was younger, so I was exposed to the industry at a really early age. I was actually taking trips out to Vegas, LA, and the West Coast for that. So I was exposed to a little bit of everything at a really early age and in my childhood.
Did the gang life ever grab a hold of you?
No, I never got affiliated, only because I've seen it to, like, I think its full extent. I've seen, like, really, like, I don't want to say I've seen, like, killings and stuff. I just seen, like, what the end, what it brings to you ultimately. Like, what future the gang life brings to you. I saw the outcome and I didn't like it.
And I mean, yeah, but being, like, conscious enough to make a decision for that not to dominate your life is rare, especially young. When I was young, I was able to see the outcome and I was in it anyway.
Oh, that's crazy. But that's because you grew up there too.
It was being like, you're in the jungle, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you learn how to survive in the jungle. But so you said good relationship with your mom, good relationship with your dad.
Yeah, I still talk to him.
What about siblings?
I have one younger brother. That's it.
You guys are close?
Oh yeah, we're tight. Yeah.
Yeah, that's important.
Has to be.
That's important. What are the things that bring you joy in your life outside of music?
Seeing my family in a better position, you know. I mean, seeing anybody in a better position, friends, family, whatnot, even just strangers. I like to see people grow and, you know, definitely coming out of that shell of what's been norm to us. I like to see people become conscious, and I like to see people challenge what's been normalized for us and really seek out further info, whether that may be spiritually or through the books or whatever it might be.
Right.
I like seeing people wake up.
Do you have difficulty with some of the childhood friends that you grew up with aligning now that you're on the spiritual path and that your thought process is not necessarily the norm to the average 24-year-old person?
Yes and no. I didn't really have many friends growing up. I was always very selective with the people I've hung out around with since an early age.
Right.
So the ones that I did hang out with and that stuck around now, nothing changed really. Like, they're okay with that and they actually support that. Right. Hey, you're doing really good, bro. Like, I look up to you, or I really look forward to seeing you so we can talk about something new.
Yeah, that's dope. Because, sometimes I have a difficult time being in the acceptance of the current climate of humanity, because everybody's on entitlement, validation, likes, fucking conspiracy, hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. It's a crazy fucking world.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and so if your circle is not, like, on that alignment with you, it could be very difficult.
Really?
You know?
Yeah.
So 10 tracks on the album.
10 tracks, that's correct.
Engineered and mixed by Steve Vicious, the legend.
Yeah, he did the final touches on that, and it came out beautifully. So thank you, Steve, again.
Produced by you.
Produced by me. Yeah.
Good beats, man.
Appreciate it. Thank
you. Great
you.
production. That was some good stuff, man. You know, you gotta stay on that. That was really good. I think the blend of his experience with your music, that came out dope.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so the video with myself and with Shadow.
Yeah, go check that out.
That's a good one. If y'all haven't seen it, check out Fern NV 100 featuring me and Shadow. It's a savage, savage, savage song with a savage, savage, savage video.
Yeah, it's getting a lot of love right now. So go run those likes and videos.
Yeah, I saw yesterday. It already had thousands. It had like 1,300, then like 1,000 something.
Yeah, it was moving.
It was moving. Comments.
People are sharing it. Yeah, people are sharing it. They're digging it.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
Yeah,
like
people automatically like it because Uno and Shadow on there.
Nah,
I'm just a little extra.
Hey, so how do you feel like knowing that like you're competing right now with the genre that's your age? Like, how do you feel? Like, does that excite you? Does it, like, how do you feel about that?
Oh, I mean, it feels cool. I mean, I just really focus on my own craft. You know? I try not to like compare what are they doing. I don't care what anybody else is doing. You know, I just really focus on what I'm doing and my goal. My goal is not to be better than you or better than you. My goal is to be better than
to
me.
make good music.
Yeah, and to be better than I was yesterday.
That's dope. That's a beauty. My goal is not to be better than you. My goal is not to be better than you. My goal is to be better than I was yesterday. Yep. Now that's a T-shirt.
That's a T-shirt. let me put a little copyright circle in there.
Yeah, that's dope. You know, and you got to remember, like, there's not a lot of young dudes with that frame of mind. You know, so what are your goals in music? Like, what do you want to do? Like, do you want to keep recording albums? Do you have any expectations? Are you just flowing with it? You know, you have major distribution.
Yeah.
You have symphonic distribution, which is major for you.
Major.
You got a video. Shout out to Latin Beast on Latin Beast.
Shout out Latin Beast.
You got Uno. You got Shadow. Yep. You got a record mixed by Steve Vicious.
The legend.
You know, you're on the go right now, doing your runs, promoting it. Sounds like it's working for you.
It's really cool. I'm gonna definitely keep pushing the music. I'm really focusing right now on the business aspect of things, getting that straightened out and done. That way, there's no legal and asset compromises. You know, I don't want to have any of that happen to me once things start popping up. You know how that is.
So, get into that a little deeper. What do you mean the business aspect of it? Like, in what sense?
Yeah, so that way, as of now, my entity is me as an individual. So if I were to get somebody would want me to perform and they'd pay me as an individual as opposed to my LLC. And if I were to perform as an individual and somebody were to get hurt, I can get sued personally, and I don't want to get sued personally because I have personal assets that I don't want to compromise. So I want to get the LLC straightened out. That way, that's liable and it's protected. You know. Right.
Oh, well, that's good, man. That's good that you're, you know, looking ahead like that. You know, it's important to protect yourself.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So, what are you? Do you have another album already done, or are you gonna ride this out? Like me personally, I'll tell you what I'll do.
Yeah.
I record an album and I put so much into it that I don't have any creative juices left. I spend like 6 months pushing it.
Yeah.
Then I take a break until I feel the juices come back. But I'm old, you know, so, you know.
I've got a lot of unreleased songs that I took like a whole year of just working hard. There's beats already done, lyrics are done, everything's laid out. It just needs a sound engineer, Steve. It just needs a sound engineer and also just to kind of get the marketing campaign going for it. You know, we got to make it more effective this time. This one was great with your help and the help of those close to us. And we got to just push it so that way it could be better.
Right. That's right. More visuals.
Oh yeah, more visuals. People love visuals.
How about touring? You can get on the road?
Oh, yeah, we've done a lot of that, a little bit. Just not shows, but yeah, shows definitely is it's in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What about merch?
Merch? Oh yeah, that's another reason why I'm pushing that LLC so I can get all my stuff copywritten and start getting it out there.
Nice. So you're gonna have some merch. You're gonna do some shows. You got more visuals. You got your album coming out, and you're 24 years old.
Oh man, I feel old when you say that out loud.
Bro, you're a little baby, bro.
Nah.
You're a little baby, bro. So you grew up where?
I'm from Reno, Nevada, born and raised.
Reno, Nevada.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, what's a Reno?
Nah, I love Reno. Reno's a cool little town.
It's cool. It's cool.
How did you like growing up there?
It was a great balance. It really was.
Yeah.
It was gang stuff was non-existent in Reno, so that was a great plus, you know. And then it was just it's very diverse. It's multicultural over there. There's everything, and there's no really segregation there as far as financial status or ethnicity or that whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Did you graduate from high school?
No, I dropped out.
You dropped out?
Yeah, I dropped out at my first day of junior.
Damn, I don't feel so bad anymore. You know. What about you, Floss? You graduate?
I graduated with the college.
Oh man, see?
That's right. So you dropped out. Why?
Just because I don't like the system. It was just horrible. The educational system here in the U.S. is just flawed. You know, really flawed. I feel, well, for me, it's my opinion. It's not.
How did your parents feel about that?
My mom was. So one of the main reasons why I did it is because I just wanted to help out around the house as far as like bills and stuff go, right? And I just also didn't like school just because I felt like it was a waste of time. So my mom was supportive about it. She didn't really like the idea at first, but she was definitely supportive about it once I was like, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm gonna, do once I drop out of school. Like I'm not just gonna let it go to waste. I did get my GED though, so after,
that's good.
Yeah, as soon as I turned 18, my mom pushed me. I went and did it, and it took me like a week to get. I'm like, oh, so
that's it.
That's all it took.
That's all it took.
I'm like, okay, well, I'm not stupid. I don't have a will to go to school and be part of the system.
Right. No, trust me. I got kicked out of every school I went to. Because, history teacher will say something. I'm like, how do you know any of this is true? Like, why should I believe what you're saying? And I always say this, and people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because I say, we all register data when we're growing up. So that's a fact.
Yeah.
It's a fact that we register data. But it's not a fact that the data that we register is a fact.
It's a fact, yeah.
Right?
Isn't that scary?
It is scary.
It's scary. We could be programmed to think something's real and it's not.
And it's not. But imagine if your belief system believes it's real.
Yep.
And it's not. You're operating from a fabricated space without being conscious of it. Yep. That's why I think like the internal lessons, like the moral lessons are so much more powerful. Like one of the things that I always say, like one of the most beautiful things in the world is the metamorphosis that happens inside the cocoon.
Oh, yeah.
Because it happens in darkness. Without that lens of darkness, without that filter of darkness, you can't, digest yourself from the inside out, So, some people they have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah. They're like, what metamorphosis?
What's what are you talking about? But I mean, it is scary.
Yeah.
Especially now, like I have a 1-year-old and it's scary.
That just took his first steps, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to Ocean. He just started walking yesterday.
He's gonna be a track star now.
Yeah, but it's scary.
Yeah.
It's really scary. Like when you're more conscious of like what's really happening in the world. Like a part of me is like, no one should be having kids no more at this time.
I feel the same way.
No one should be reproducing. You should not be having any more kids. People should just fucking chill out.
Yep.
No, and fucking write it out. Safe sex.
Safe sex.
Safe sex. And just write it out,
Yeah.
What do we have to look forward to besides everything we said? I just mean on the creative side. Are you going to keep your style? Is there anything else you want to? Because I heard some other styles from you. I've heard like a reggaeton song.
Oh, no, don't say that.
No, ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Like, are you going to? I mean, that's part of being an artist.
Yep.
You can't shy away from that. I have rock albums.
Yep.
I have dark albums, upbeat albums, beach albums.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, like, that was a challenge for the people that were in growing up listening to me.
Yeah.
But again, that's a subliminal engagement.
Yep.
That's a subliminal, me being accepting of like, you're going to imprison me in my art.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
If I want to go do a fucking rock song, I'm going to go do it.
Yep.
So what is your next album sounding like?
It's a little bit of everything. I grew up listening to a lot of instrumental, like what is that? Like
compositions, you mean?
Orchestral music, yeah, like that kind of stuff. So lately I've been kind of taking a turn towards like a lot of the piano and violin type stuff. I'm really digging that. So it's gonna be a little bit of that kind of feel. There's that reggaeton one that you mentioned. That was kind of that's an unreleased thing, but I think that's gonna be a really good song. It has a good feel to it. But I'm open to everything, really.
Yeah, you got to keep it that way, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how the magic happens.
Oh yeah.
Usually, it's the song that you never thought in a million years would blow up that blows up.
Man, I'm afraid of that.
Nah, man, just keep on going, man. Keep on going. So, what's new in your spiritual journey? What have you engaged in, or have you learned anything? Have you, discovered anything brand new? I'll tell you, for me, I just discovered something recently.
Okay.
Have you ever tried breath work?
Breath work?
Yeah.
Like deep breathe, like Wim Hof?
Like an actual class.
Oh no, I haven't gone to night.
So I went to a breathwork
Okay.
class, and it took me out of my body.
Nice.
Like I never felt so free and pure and liberated in my entire life. But here's the trick.
Yeah.
After that, you do a cold plunge in 40-degree water. You do a
Yeah.
cold plunge. So
Okay.
you dip, you go into the cold, ice cold jacuzzi,
Yeah.
and you don't move for 3 minutes.
Oh, that's crazy.
And
Yeah.
then you get out and you go in the jacuzzi for 1 minute,
Yeah.
and then another cold plunge for 3 minutes. When you're done with that process,
Yeah.
bro, you feel like everything in your soul that has ever brought you any pain
Yeah.
is dissolved.
Dope. Yeah.
So
You said it was a breathwork class?
I'm gonna give you the information,
Okay.
and I'm sure you can find one
In Vegas?
in Vegas.
Okay.
I would encourage you to do that, especially
Yeah.
that you're so young.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm doing this at this point in my life,
Yeah.
but how I would have loved to experience that at your age.
Okay.
You know, so I would encourage that. Anyway, that was I got too much into my shit.
That was dope, though.
So what? Anything new that you've experienced?
For me, I think it's more just trusting my intuition at this point. I feel like us, well, not maybe, I don't want to categorize us, but I feel like a lot of people just, we think too analytically and too technically. And I feel like sometimes your intuition is going to lead you the right way. And that might be your higher self. That might be, you know, your higher, whatever you believe in, trying to speak to you. But I feel like a lot of times when you trust your instinct, you end up doing the right thing. You know?
You know, I can attest to that, and I can agree with that. But I
Yeah.
will say that there's been times that my gut was wrong.
Yeah.
I will say that there's times that my gut felt something,
Yeah.
and I was wrong.
Oh, snap.
You know, and I think the analytical sense,
Yeah.
in order for us to be conscious,
Yeah.
we have to be aligned with our analytical state.
Yeah.
Because the only thing that separates the conscious mind from the subconscious mind is the analytical mind.
Yeah.
So you have to have logic
Yeah.
in your journey.
True.
Because if you abandon the logical aspect of your journey,
Yeah.
you're taking a huge chance.
That's true.
You
That is
know?
true. Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes that it can be an argument for someone to be like, where's your faith at?
Yeah.
You can't just sit on the couch and be like, you know, God's going to pay my mortgage
Exactly.
because I have faith.
Yeah.
That's where you got to get your logic
Yeah.
with your growth,
Oh yeah.
with your belief, with your intent, with your authentic truth,
Mhm.
put it all together, and then go
Yeah.
free. You know, so I think that's a big misconception too, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think, you know, I'm gonna trust this, yeah, for sure, because
Yeah.
your belief system believes in yourself.
True.
Can't go into a fight if you're a fighter
Yeah.
thinking this guy might whoop my ass.
Yeah.
You know, you got to believe that you're the best.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, I think that it does take, I think people should lean more into learning what earning your evolution means.
Yeah.
If you earn your evolution, that means that you are resilient enough to earn the evolution.
Yeah.
I remember I always use this example with my son. He went paintballing one time
Okay.
and he had bruises all over him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, dude, like, didn't that hurt? You know what he said? It's part of the sport.
Yeah.
It's part of the process. So he was okay
Yeah.
with experiencing that.
Mhm.
You know, synonymous with anyone else. Like, you know, like when you said that you had a passion for pain,
Yeah.
you're okay with suffering
Yeah.
because we grow from that.
Yeah.
As long as we grow from that.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Yeah.
can't just sit there and get beat up all day and just take in like,
Nah,
oh, I like
hell
getting
nah.
beat up.
Yeah.
You gotta use that to grow.
So what would you say to another, you know, 19-year-old that is getting barely in the game now that you have 5 years, you know, in the game, or, you know, at least engaging
Yeah.
with other artists and doing things? What would your advice be for somebody that's trying to do what you're doing?
I would say the main thing is just make sure that that's your purpose. You know, if that's really what you want to do with all your heart, then do it. I mean, that should be with anything in life. If you're kind of half thinking it, or like I kind of half believe in myself, you know, then it's not gonna work.
If God came and told you tomorrow that you're not gonna make $1 off music, would you still make music?
That's a little controversial, but yeah, I would definitely still do it.
Well, if it's your purpose,
Yeah,
then it's beyond the monetary gain,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And the reason that I say that is because I think if you go to every professional football, soccer, baseball player's parents' house,
Yeah,
you will see pictures of that person doing that sport when they're 10,
yeah,
when it wasn't about money,
true.
when it wasn't about mansions and cars and chains and fame, when it was just about passion.
Yeah,
So I think turning our pain into purpose
yeah,
and our pain into passion
yeah.
is the victory,
Oh yeah.
in my opinion, you know? So what do you say to someone that is absolutely obsessed with becoming famous to be famous off their music?
I mean, however you feel, go and do it, man. I mean, the only one that's really stopping you from doing anything is yourself, you know? Even if your motives are bad, whatever, I mean, you're going to do what you got to do regardless at the end of the day. So just, you know, whatever you feel, go ahead and do it as long as it's not putting anybody else in harm's way.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go hurt somebody, then don't do that. I'm not advising or advocating for that. But if you want to do something and it's not going to put anybody else in, you know, harm's way, then by all means, go ahead.
Who's your dream feature?
My dream feature. That's a good one. I would say the one I would maybe look forward to most, only because I grew up with this individual as like one of my most, I would listen to this artist the most, would be Conejo.
Conejo.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't get all fangirl over him, but you know, like I'd be like,
Did you see him at the festival?
I've seen him a handful of times at your events, and it's cool. He's a really cool guy.
Yeah.
He's dope. I was expecting him to do put a hex on me or something. Or
Nah, shout out to Conejo. Conejo's a good.
Yeah.
That's the broski right there.
Yeah,
He's a good man. He's a good soul.
yeah, he's dope.
Who is your dream collab production wise? Dr. Dre, Timbaland. I don't know who these new guys are,
I
but
really like Scott Storch.
oh, okay.
Scott Storch is
Flossie's good friends with him.
Oh, is he? Yeah, Scott Storch is he's that dude. He's something else.
Yeah.
That
he's
dude is
dope.
just crazy. Like he got like a whole cigarette in his hand, like not even looking. He's like making bangers.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
What does your dream show look like? Intimate, stadium, concert venue, seating, standing, festival. What does your dream show with you headlining it look like? What does that look like?
It'd be something intimate with the fans, you know. Like it'd be like I don't want to like be on a pedestal up here, you know. I don't want to be like on like a high tier thing and everybody's looking up to me. I don't want to do that. I'd want to be like in the crowd almost.
Right.
That'd be dope to be able to like just, you know, walk around the people that support.
You remember when Eminem walked in at the Grammy Awards through the crowd?
I was probably like 5 at the time.
Yeah, if you look it up, you remember that? And he had like a whole bunch of blondes
Oh yeah.
walking in behind him. That was dope. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
that was epic. And
That's
he just
dope.
went through it. Well, that's cool, man. Shit. I mean, is there anything else you want to say, you know, regarding you, your career, your journey, where you're at, what they got to look forward to?
I mean, follow me on IG, Fern NV 775. You'll keep up with what's going on. You know, Lil One, obviously follow him and whatnot, because he's definitely helping me a lot throughout this journey.
Nah, man, you're the one doing all the work. You're the one doing all the work, man.
Oh man, I'm the one just in the back throwing the coal in the train.
Hey, people, they don't get enough credit.
They don't.
They don't get enough credit, dog.
Ain't nobody going nowhere without them pushing that coal.
Yeah,
in.
there won't be nothing, you know. Well, man, I want to, you know, thank you for coming by. You know, it's great conversation. It always is. We have these without the cameras.
Yeah.
All the time, you know, man. I'm proud of you, man. Your album is super dope. I encourage everyone to go pick that album up. Fern 775 NV, you know, mixed and mastered by Steve Ishes, produced by Fern himself, featuring Shadow, featuring myself. 10 tracks out now. Make sure you pick it up. Make sure you go to YouTube, type in the video, and check my brother out.
It's good. See y'all. We out.
Respect, bro.
Yes, sir.